I'll be using these 3 items for this project. This is a yardstick that I got from Walmart for 98 cents. I just popped those off. They have so many cute ones that you can make the cutest signs with. And then this is a stem that I got in my Michael's grab bag. I was at Dollar Tree 2 days ago and they had almost the identical ones. And then of course this beaded wreath is from Dollar Tree. Have you found these yet? I am so excited about them. It makes for such an easy little wreath. Look at this. How quick and easy is that? Like, so easy, but I think it looks high end. I mean, I'm seeing a lot of these types of wreaths out there. So just taking a, oh my goodness, zip tie. Zip tie is the word. I'm going to zip tie these on and get them going all the right direction. And then I'll add that little Nativity placard there in the center. If you can't find that at Walmart, there's just so many options you can do. There, you know, any kind of ornament. Again, this doesn't have to be Nativity related. You could print like that graphic out just off your printer and like print it onto a piece of, or paste it down to a piece of cardboard and use it that way. I mean, that's even more inexpensive. So whenever in my videos you see something and you know you can't find it, hit me up and I will try to give you an alternative, okay, if I hadn't mentioned it in the video. Okay, so I'm hot gluing some of the chenille stems on, and that is going to be how I attach the little placard there. So it works. You can't do it with a zip tie because of the way they glue down, so you're going to want to use a chenille stem on that one. And then after I get that on, I notice kind of some bald spots, so I fill those back in with some of those little branches I pulled off, and I'll just hot glue those to the back of the sign. And then I kind of hot glue some of the tips and stuff to the beads themselves, just so that everything stays in place nice. I picked up this ribbon from the 99-cent store. I make just a loop there and glue it. Pinch the center there, pinch the center of my tails, and then using another zip tie, I zip tie it together. Now if you're really talented, you can zip tie this to the top at the same time, but I always forget to do that, so I'm going to end up needing to make a second zip tie to zip tie it to the wreath. But that's it. Easy peasy wreath, very inexpensive to make. This probably cost me maybe, we'll say around $6 to make, so I think that is a super good deal. Using the faux suede setting on my Cricut, I cut out a couple different Christmas tree shapes onto the leather from Dollar Tree. It cut it out perfectly. By using that setting, it automatically went over the image twice, and look at this. It cut it like butter. I wasn't sure if this was going to work. I do have the Cricut Explorer 2, and I know it works on the Maker, but I wasn't sure if it was going to work on my 2, and it did. Look at how well this cut out. I'm really excited to know now that I can cut out of that. So using this sign from my Michael's grab bag, I'm going to pop off that middle there with the birds and sand it down. And now using a piece of scrapbook paper, I'm going to go ahead and adhere that down onto my sign. Now this is a piece of paper I picked up at Hobby Lobby. It has like a faux leather look to it as well. So I will go ahead and adhere that down. Now the frame of this already had kind of a distressed look and I loved it. So I laid all my trees down how I liked, and then I took a picture so that I remember when I take them all off to glue them down. So originally I was going to do them like that, where I set them down at the bottom. So if you like that look, do that. But then I decided I really want to lift them up about 1.5 inches off from the bottom. So I go ahead and I measure 1.5 inches up, and now I'm going to rearrange them once again to make sure I do like them a little bit up. Then I adhere them down with my Barely Art precision glue. You don't really want to use hot glue on this because these are really thin pieces of faux leather and the hot glue is going to be like clumpy. So it's going to give you weird bubbles. So you just want to use like a flat glue. Okay, so now that I have them all adhered down, I decide that I want to give them kind of a twine foreground, like a horizontal line here that they're kind of sitting on this. So I go ahead and I do it 3 times. Now I do the first one straight and then I do the other one kind of like in an X just to give it some dimension. And then I'll tie a little tiny bow with that twine. Now originally I went back and forth. Do I put a sentiment down at the bottom, like Merry Christmas or something of the sort? I chose not to. My daughter was looking at it and she was like, Mom, you really should put something here like Merry Christmas. And so I went back and forth. So if you'd like to use some block stickers or maybe your Cricut and add Merry Christmas at the bottom, I think that would also look good. But anyhow, this was a super easy project and I really like the way it turned out. I'm going to start with this Sled and Let It Snow from Dollar Tree, as well as this wood board I picked up at Michael's. And I went ahead and I got my sign here, and I went ahead and I painted the sled with sage green, and then I used the Waverly Antique Wax on the bottom part, and then again the sage on the Let It Snow, and then just a little white paint on the snowflake. This ribbon is also from Dollar Tree, and it matches perfect. This is a snowflake. Shoot, I don't remember where I found it, but you'll definitely be able to find snowflakes at Dollar Tree. I just felt like there was this like big open negative space there, so I thought if I took that ribbon and just kind of wrapped it around, you see how it looks? It just seemed too naked. So I'm just putting this piece of ribbon around there just to, like I said, just give it a little bit more of a visual balance. So I'll go ahead and just take my hot glue and I will glue that down. And now it's just a matter of gluing everything down, and then I have a beautiful piece of home decor for winter. Now you are going to see a theme throughout these projects that all have this minty green color. It's sage, I guess is what they're calling it, but I feel like it's a minty winter color. And you'll see what color, what inspired me is the next project, the glass that I found at Dollar Tree is absolutely gorgeous. And then I had scrapbook paper in my stash that was also the same color. Divine, divine, divine. Look, even my glue gun matches. I do use that other glue gun there. I put white hot glue in it so that way if you see it, it just kind of looks like a snowdrop. I took 6 of these little gingerbread wood pieces from Dollar Tree and I painted them in light mocha from Apple Barrel. I use that for all the gingerbread projects in this video. And then I'm just going to decorate each one of these with my paint markers and my white gel pen. And with my white gel pen, I'm just making it look like icing. And then again with my little markers, I'm drawing just different bows or buttons or scarves as you see here. And I notice my hand covers up a lot of it, so I'm just gonna let you see what I came up with my little designs. Okay, then I'm going to take this sign from Dollar Tree and cover it with a silver metallic paint, and that is going to be my cookie sheet. And once I get that done, I'm going to go over to my Cricut and I cut out Baking Spirits Bright. I just typed it out myself with a cute font, and again, you could just use that same white gel pen and write it out yourself or any other cute saying. And then I'm going to just glue down my gingerbread men. And I will give you a close-up here so you can see how I decorated each of my gingerbread men.
The snow is falling down. I've been longing for this Christmas.
Okay, and then I am going to add a bow up into the corner, and I grabbed some buttons also from Dollar Tree, sprinkled them down here, which one works best, and then glue one into the center of my gingerbread cookie sheet. I grabbed this Dollar Tree gift bag as well as this sign. I love these signs where they have the wood border. And so I'm just going to pop that border off, and it worked out nice too because the paper came with it. Be gentle. Don't hurt yourself popping this off, and don't pull on it too hard. You don't want to break your pieces in half, but they come off in 4 pieces, the little sides there. And then also popping that home sign off. Now I have that for future DIYs, and it's the cutest little metal home sign. So this is a really good buy. Okay, so once I have it all off, I'm going to center my bag down, and of course it's going to be taller up and down. So I just wanted to get as much of that like North Star or whatever it is that they're following at the top. So I'm going to go ahead and just with a glue stick glue this down. And since these little wood trims are going to go around it, I don't have to have a super straight line, so I can just cut it myself and just make sure I'm going to have enough room where those wood pieces go over it and you don't see like my jaggedy cut. And then hot glue those back on. Easy, easy. And these bags are gorgeous. And so I don't know if you can see on camera, but it does have like gold foiling on this one. Now you turn it over, you know, because it's a gift bag, so you actually have the other side you can do something with as well, but it does have more of a fold in it. But anyhow, again, I feel like this was barely a DIY, but it makes a really cute sign. You could add a bow or other things if you'd like, but I like the simplicity of just the bag and the sign. Using a palette board I had in my stash, I went ahead and hand drew this circular design here. It's something I saw on Pinterest. And then I'm going to use this twine from Dollar Tree, and I'm going to follow those lines that I made. So I know you're like, I can't freehand that. So I am in the process of building a website where I can have these downloads for free. But until then, again, you're welcome to come over to Instagram and DM me over there, and I will send you this pattern, okay? So then you can trace it onto your board if you want to make this. So you could use any Dollar Tree sign, you can cover it however you want. You could do it on poster board. I had this cute palette sign in my stash, so that is what I chose to use. But again, so my Instagram handle is $__mom. And just again, DM me over there and I will send you the pattern. Now, as you see here, I'm just twirling this. I'm using my hot glue. You're really going to want to use a precision tip for this one. If you don't have a precision tip one, you're going to want to use a very small pressure on your hot glue because you don't want this to clump. But again, I'm just tracing with my hot glue and then putting the twine along where I put the hot glue. So it's really easy. It's a little bit tedious because this, you know, you're making lots of swirls and whatnot, but It is fun to do, it's easy to do. Again, it's just a little bit time consuming. Okay, so I will let you watch here while I do a couple of the swirls. I won't make you watch the whole thing. I think you'll get the gist of it, that I'm just tracing and putting the twine down. Okay, this is what it looks like when I'm all finished, and then taking some of these metallic star beads from Dollar Tree, I go ahead and position them around my Christmas tree, hot glue them down, and this project is complete. I think it is a really cool Christmas tree. These votives are stunning from Dollar Tree. Also, I'm going to use these two tea light glass candlesticks, but look at these. Are those not stunning? They are so beautiful, and they're just trees, so they don't look, you know, Christmassy. I'm going to use I went ahead and I cut out some cardstock there to fit the glass tops. You could also use these candlesticks as well. I accidentally broke, I was going to use those, and then I accidentally broke one, so I had to go with plan B. So I just took these wood snowflakes from Dollar Tree and I painted them white. And now I'm going to glue on the cardstock here, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue these candlesticks down upside down. And I want them to have a good space, a good adherence spot. But I'm also going to fill the bottoms of those tea lights. So we'll make it a really cute bottom. I'm going to use some of this that came in my Michael's grab bag last year, but you could use any, you know, white snow or foamies or just any white stems, whatever you think will look pretty in the bottom of your tea light there. Again, I'm just going to cut a little piece of this off, and I'm going to add a little snow-covered pine cone as well. And then once I like the way that looks in my tea light, I will go ahead and glue that down. Again, I'm going to use white hot glue stick, so that way I don't have to worry about it looking funky, and I'm actually then going to go around it one more time with the glue stick there, and it kind of look like snow. So I will do that for both of these candle holders. Then using some E6000, I'm going to go ahead and glue that votive holder onto the top. And I think these make the high-end looking candle holders. Look how beautiful those are. I'm telling you, those votives are gorgeous. And I think it's a fun little addition to put the bottoms on as well. I'm using the small candy cane wreath from Dollar Tree. It does come in a bigger size as well. And then this ribbon from Walmart, it is like a velvety ribbon. It's really pretty. And I'm just going to make it go all the way around that candy cane, wrap it, wrap it, wrap it, all the way down until you get to the bottom. So you know how when you know you have a craft supply, you know you do, but you cannot find it. And I am organized, and so it is driving me crazy. I knew I had the wood gingerbread sign from Dollar Tree. I know I had it, and I cannot find it. I even had all my gingerbread stuff together, still couldn't find it. So I made a trip down to Dollar Tree, and they had every wood shape except the gingerbread. But what I did find is this year they have metal shapes. So they have metal gingerbread and snowman and ornaments and all sorts of things. So I'm going to use the metal one. So I'm going to take the light mocha again and just cover this metal gingerbread. So again, you could use the wood one if you found it from Dollar Tree, but if you do, it is quite a bit bigger, and so you might want the bigger candy cane. And then once that dries, I'm going to take my white paint pen and I'm going to go over the raised edges here and make it look like icing. And then I gave him a little red smiley face. And I thought these trees from Dollar Tree were so cute just for the candies. I was looking for the candies by themselves, and then I saw them as bases on these trees. So that works too. I'm going to glue down the 3 candies as his buttons. And then I decide at the end, I do not like that bow, so I'm going to put an actual bow. Okay, and so I have these little white berry stems. I got them in my Michael's grab bag, and so any white stems you can find will look great. Dollar Tree has different ones, and so I'm just kind of arranging them. They're going to come out the top of my gingerbread man and then a little bit out of the bottom. And once I kind of like where they are, I'm going to glue them all down. And then, like I said, I just put a little bow as his bow tie because that one looks funky, the drawn one. And then that's it. I have the cutest little small wreath. So you could just hang it like on your wall. And I just really think this one turned out cute.
To share this holiday. Yes, it's a time of happiness, a time of joy, but now this year is twice as special, cause I'm hoping for us to fall in love in this winter wonderland. Chilling by the fire as I'm trying.
I grabbed these wall stickers from Walmart for $2.98, and then I'm going to grab 4 of these signs from Dollar Tree. They always have these long signs. I grabbed these pumpkin ones because I loved the natural wood, and I knew it would be super easy to make them over. I wouldn't have to paint them or anything. So, but if you can't find these, you can use any of their long signs and you can just paint it to the color you like. You could use some contact paper. You could, use scrapbook paper, whatever you want. So anyhow, I am just cutting that pumpkin piece off on all 4 of them and giving them a little sand, and then taking some of these, what do you call these? Because I always call them tongue depressors, but I'm sure there's another name for them. Anyhow, I'm going to hot glue these on to get this all secure, and then I add some more tape. I'm just making that nice and sturdy. So once I get my 4 boards together, now it's a matter of putting these stickers down. So I cut them out so I can place them around. In hindsight, I did make my little, like Mary and Joseph a little closer to the left there. And they could have been a little more centered, but I did that because of the wording. But then I kind of like it that way too. So let me know, would you have centered them more, or do you kind of like that they're a little off-centered? So again, super easy DIY, because all I'm doing here is putting stickers down. I mean, how easy is that? So these are meant to go on a wall, but they can obviously go on a sign. And so because they are wall stickers, you can peel them off. So if you want to take them off and put them back on the sheet and make the sign something else, I don't know. I don't know how well they'd hold up that way, but I wouldn't do that because I like how this sign turned out. I'm excited it turned out better than I thought it would. So just putting all the stickers down, easy peasy. But that's not all, because that's kind of plain, right? So what I'm going to do is I am going to grab some Excelsior. This is some I got in my Michael's grab bag, but Dollar Tree, it does have it. So I'm just pulling it out to see how much I have. This little baggie I had was like the perfect amount. Add some hot glue it down, and then this sign is complete. Super easy to make. I definitely think the Excelsior at the bottom, you know, took this up a notch. And if you are not able to find these at Walmart, you could cut them on your Cricut, and you could use that brown wood contact paper from Dollar Tree and get the same look. I'm using this reindeer head that I have in my stash. I do believe it comes from Joann's, or you can use this one right here from Dollar Tree. And I went ahead and stained it, and I didn't like how it looked. So then I just used some like dark chocolate paint, and I like how that looks better. So I went ahead and painted that. This particular deer head is also chalkboard on the other side. And then I'm using this sign from Dollar Tree. Isn't that really cool with the different browns? I really like it. It comes in 3 different sizes, and I think that's going to be a really cool addition to Dollar Tree. Anyhow, I glued that reindeer head down, and then using some of my greenery, I go ahead and get 2 of those swags there and glue those down as well. This is a super simple project, but I love how it turned out, and it's a really great neutral piece. I am doing neutral decor this year, lots of woodsy type look, so that is what I went for. Now, this particular greenery set I had these plastic pine cones on it that I didn't like. So I grabbed some from the Dollar Tree that are real looking, and I added those to my sign. Added a little bit of ribbon there in the center, and that's done. Super cute, natural Christmas decor. I like to pick up signs like this at garage sales because it had a nice whitewash behind it, and I'm going to cover it anyway. But again, Dollar Tree has signs like that. Here's a paper pack from Close to My Heart. I don't know how old it is, but again, it was in my stash and it matched perfect. So I cut out some pieces of that paper. It had these kind of little stickers and little craft colored little cutouts. Remember, if you don't have little cutouts like this, of course you can use your Cricut, or you can just print them out on some cardstock and hand cut them out. But I'm going to go ahead and I kind of play around with some of the elements. I know this is going kind of fast, but you'll see me glue all the elements down here in a minute. But I love pattern paper and mixing them, so I had this piece right here, which was just some pine cones, and using my double stick tape, I will tape that down. Now, whenever I'm working with paper and paper crafting, I do like to use some of the 3D foam tape from Dollar Tree to pop up some of it, and I think that gives it some nice dimension and makes it look higher end. So then I cut out this blue piece here. It has like the birchwood trees, and this was some twine that came with it. It's white with some gold in it, and I'm just gonna tape it to the back here and wrap it around twice, and this will just give it some more dimension and a little bit more I know what I want to say, decoration. And then I will glue this down to the paper as well. I love these double stick tape runners. I've been using them for at least 15 years. So they're just always my number one. It's by Tombow. I will link them down below. I'm going to go ahead, and this was just a little piece. It had like music notes that I thought was really cute too. Okay, so now this was one of the ones that came with the kit. It says Winter Wishes, and I just backed it with another piece of their white pattern paper. But here's where I'm going to use that foam tape. I'm going to pop it up off of the page there. This is going to, like I said, give it a little bit more interest. And it's just a matter of gluing down those other elements using either pop-up tape or, in this case, I used a glue stick because I could not find my precision tip glue. I have since found it, thank goodness. But I recommend the precision tip glue better. But again, all I had was my glue stick. But that is it for this project. It's so beautiful. I love paper. I love working with paper. Um, it's always on sale at Michael's and Joann's. You can just find these paper pads that have all these interesting elements, but then you could also buy it per sheet too. Also, Hobby Lobby carries the sheets as well. I took wood beads from Dollar Tree and I painted some of them red, and then I took some of their white beads, which I'm excited about. They now have white, black, brown, and then of course just the regular wood. So I did a pattern here. I'm going to have a red bead on each end, and then I have two colors, two whites, two reds, two whites. And then I am taking the same gingerbreads that I used in a previous project, and I am going to, again, they're painted with the light mocha from Apple Barrel, and I'm going to go ahead and glue this down in between my two sets of beads, so my two colors. And then I'm going to layer another one on top. So I'm just basically making a sandwich there with the little piece of twine that I have. And that piece of twine just came from my stash. It actually pulled it out of another decor piece and set it aside, and I'm glad I did because I think it looks really cute. And I do know Dollar Tree carries the baker's twine in the red and white, so you can get that as well. And I'm just making a little garland here. This is going to look cute on a tier tray. Or just across maybe a smaller area that you're doing. And this is how it turned out. I picked this kit up at Dollar General. You see $3. Dollar Tree has a tiny version of this that's almost identical, but I thought this was a fantastic deal. I don't feel the need to paint it. This is totally in my decor. I have just regular wood I love. So I put this together and I thought, well, gosh, how can I DIY this? How can I, improve on it? Because I just like it the way it is. So I decided that one of the other things I love about Christmas is that things light up. I go around and light everything up. So I grabbed one of the little light packs from Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to put that on the back of this here. You'll see I used some hot glue and just hot glued the whole box down. Make sure you have the battery side out in case you have to change them, but also the hot glue will just pop off, so you could literally pop that off. And then just taking some masking tape, I just masked the lights all the way around so you could only see maybe the bulbs but none of the wire. And you turn it on and now you have a beautiful glowing nativity set for $4.25. I have seen these in stores for at least $15 to $20. So easy DIY, right? So I hope you can find one at your Dollar General. Dollar Tree carries this birch wood ribbon as well as these wood cup holders, or not cup holders, pencil holders. And so it's actually a really good size. It almost covers it completely. I'm going to make it cover from the top down because we are going to put something around the bottom. But this is some pretty cool ribbon. I've had it for a while. It's in their everyday ribbon, not like in their seasonal. So you should still be able to find this no problem. And I'm just going to use the double stick tape again. You could use glue, Mod Podge, whatever you want. This is just so easy and non-messy. I love anything that is not messy that I have to clean up. So I just go ahead and I wrap this around the holder. Okay, I'm going to use this ornament here from Dollar Tree. It almost fits perfectly, but since it doesn't, I am going to have to cut it. I'm using my heat tool here. It just releases the glue so I can rip this off gently because I am going to reuse it. So it does, like I said, it doesn't quite fit and it does, you know, break apart, but then we're just going to cover that up back with that element. Now, if you can't find something like this still at Dollar Tree, you can use a scrunchie. You can use one of their fuzzy scrunchies. I'm trying to think if there's any other fuzzy things, but get creative. I find that I use scrunchies quite a bit in decorating, so check out that section. But I'm just going to glue this back down so it sits flat, and that is it. Now I have another candle holder, or you could put other items in this, but I just think it goes really well with the other items that I have made so far. I love these clay ornaments from Dollar Tree. They are really high-end looking. And then I take one of those wooden tags there and I painted it with white chalk paint, and then I headed over to Cricut Design Space. This is the image there, but I want to put the actual gingerbread in the center, and so I took out some of that imagery that I didn't need. And then I went ahead and cut it out on my Cricut, and I'm putting it down in pieces here so that I make sure I have the right amount of room so that my gingerbread ornament can go down into the center of this little tag. And this is a really easy project. Think of all the different cute things that were in Design Space that you can you know, then insert different ornaments to give it that 3D effect. I think this ends up looking like something you would buy at Hobby Lobby. It's probably one of my favorites from this gingerbread DIYs because it's so simple, but said it, I feel like it looks like you bought it right from a store. I grabbed this paper pack that's called Oh Holy Night from Echo Park off Amazon. You can get it from some scrapbook stores as well. It comes with 2 sheets of each print. They're all double-sided. Look at all these fun things. So many options. And you guys know I love paper crafting on my decor. And then these are going to turn into Christmas cards. Whatever I have left, I can make super easy Christmas cards. See, I can just cut those out, put them on top of an envelope, and we're good to go. Okay, so I took this ornament from Dollar Tree. I took everything off of it, and now we're going to decorate. So first, I just trace this out, cut the circle. You can see it's double-sided paper. So I just traced it out, and I'm going to just use my double stick tape. I will also link that below. Dollar Tree does carry it. It just doesn't last as long. So I don't know if it's really the most bang for your buck, but actually might be. Anyhow. So I'm just going to glue that down. Then what I did is obviously I sand around the edges to get it nice and smooth, but here's what I did. I went ahead and I traced it again, but then I hand drew a circle in the middle so that when I put it down, it's smaller than the one I just had. Then with my scissors, I'm just going to distress around the edges there, and I will also glue that down. So just kind of to show you two different ways. You can just use a glue stick as well. I don't always want to use a glue stick because it can kind of make your paper wrinkly, but I wanted to show you two options. And then I just started going through that paper and I was like, which one of these jumps out at me the most? I loved the Oh Holy Night. So then I cut a piece of olive paper to back it, and I left a little bit extra room on the bottom so that I could decorate that as well. So I'm distressing a lot on here because I just think it gives it really great texture. So go ahead and now I will adhere this onto the green piece of paper. And then the reason that I'm leaving a little bit more space at the bottom is because I'm going to add this cute little like zigzag ribbon down at the bottom. Again, I just like to add these little elements because I really feel like they give it texture and dimension. Just using some Scotch tape, I will Scotch tape it to around this piece, and then I will add this piece down. Then it's just a matter of adding a couple other little embellishments to make this pop. I just love using scrapbook kits to make decor. And then there's just endless things you can make now to go around this. Little signs and oh, just so many cute things. And I also had a little wood cross in my stash that I went ahead and colored brown. Dollar Tree does have those cute little crosses as well in the sticker section that are like cardboard. And then I'll add that. I'm going to add this little twine here and use the stickers to make kind of like a little banner. Again, I'll just let you watch as I embellish this.
Everything glistens and everything's bright. Everyone's happy, the spirits are light. I am sitting here thinking, alone with my drink, as I do this time of the year. Do you remember when love was around? When we were aglow, the talk of the town. When I'm sitting here drinking, I can't help but think about you, about us, as I do this time of the year. Remember me being with you.
For this project, I'm using 3 of these signs from Dollar Tree. I just hit it really hard and it pops off really easily. I'm actually only popping 1 of them off. You could pop 2 off if you wanted. And then, like I said, I had like 3 different ones in my stash. I had a St. Patrick's Day and a Valentine's and you saw fall. I'm going to stack them on top of each other, and this is just going to look like a little crate. So of course you could use a crate as well, a little box. There's all sorts of things you could use instead. Again, I have way too many of these things in my stash, and I've got to start using things up. But anyhow, I'm just using my wood glue here to stack them up, and what we're going to do is make a little winter scene. this was so easy to make, too easy to make, but I think it looks so beautiful, and you know, this would also make a cute Christmas scene next year if you'd like, but there's so many cute snowy elements. So this is a stem from Michael's, $9.99. I'm sure it's at least 50 to 60% off now if you run in there. It was in my Michael's grab bag last year. And so I am just going to cut off this extra stem here, and then I'm just going to kind of bend it around so it fits down into this. You don't need floral foam or anything. This particular one is so thick, it just sits in there no problem. And I kind of, you see there, I've kind of bent up the top portion because I kind of want that to be like my background, like the top of the back part. So I just sit here and I fold in until I get it to look the way I want. And then I'm just going to start filling it with elements from Dollar Tree that I can put down in it and make it look so wintry. At this point, I did want to add little white bottle brush trees. They were not in my craft room. I had to go find them. And so when you see the finished project, you will see that I did add 2 bottle brush trees in there as well. And then of course I am just wrapping this around and just giving it a little bow for the front, and then this project's complete. That little lantern does light up, so definitely adds to that warm wintry decor. This ribbon too is also from Michael's. I'm telling you, run in there and get yourself some stuff on clearance. That is always how I get the more expensive craft items, is on clearance. I grabbed this large gingerbread house as well as these small light up ones from Dollar Tree, and I covered them in the light mocha from Apple Barrel. And then using my paint markers, I went ahead and decorated each of them. And then after I get them all colored down like I like, I'm going to go ahead and use some caulk from Dollar Tree, and that is going to make my snow. Make sure you have a wet wipe on hand because it is messy. I will say I did this without a caulk gun, and the little ones like this were easy because once you push it from the bottom, it just has a nice steady flow. But once you need it to come out a little bit more like fuller, then it gets a little difficult, and having a caulk gun would make this so much easier. But for the little ones, it worked out pretty good here. So it's just like piping a cupcake. As you see here, so then I cut a bigger hole. So for the bigger one here, it could come out a little bit faster. And once that was all on there, I set it aside to dry. It does dry fairly quickly. Okay, and once they're dry, I'm going to go ahead and I am going to glue the big one there onto these little ones here onto the side. And what this is going to do too is going to help it all stand up, so it kind of looks like a little village, or maybe it's just a big house and this is part of it. And then those 2 little ones light up, and I think this makes the cutest little gingerbread backdrop. I really like how it turned out. Okay, using this arrow sign from Dollar Tree, I am going to turn it around and make a little stable here. And then again, I'm going to use that same paper pack I just traced around and I will add it to it. I also just picked another image that I liked from that kit because this is like a stable. I thought an image of Mary and Joseph and baby Jesus made the most sense. And then again, taking those tongue depressors that I'm blanking because I feel like there's another name for them that you're going to have to tell me down in the comments and I'll be like, oh yeah, that was it. And then you saw there I used my stamp pad just to give it, you know, a bordered edge, kind of give it like a dirty look because, you know, it's a stable. And then I will add these pieces down. But what I was saying is I took two of those tongue depressors and I used some antique wax from Waverly and painted those, and those will go across the top, and I have a cute little stable decor. That sounded funny, like it's unstable, but you know what I meant. Away in the manger. A manger. Wait, the manger's what the baby's in, right? Yeah, all right. And then I add a little string to the back so you can hang this if you want, or you could just lay it up against something. I think I'm actually going to hang it in my tree. I'm liking really big, bold things in my tree. I think it makes it really fun.
Was that just a dream that never came true? I am sitting here sinking, drink after drink, as I do this time of the year.
And just to kind of show you, you can make little gift tags, or even these could be ornaments. So many things you can do with these scrapbook kits. They're definitely worth the money because you can do so much with it. I want to say I paid $14 for the kit, and I mean, I barely touched it with, you know, these couple DIYs. So just here, like I said, just see a little tag or ornament for you.
So easily strayed. I thought I was trying to forget you. I must have forgotten. I am lost in my memories, pouring the hours away.
Using this fabric and car sham, I'm going to make a pillow. I use the whole piece of fabric here, and I'm just using my heat press here just to iron it out. So you could just use your iron. You don't need to use this. And then I'm going to kind of draw out, I just hand drew out a tree. If you need to, you can print one off your computer and trace around it. But I went ahead and just cut the sham here and cut around this tree that I drew on. You will have to give it a little haircut here and there to get the long pieces off, but this is how I got my tree shape. And then for the pillow, I folded it long ways. Now this particular fabric has words, so you have to make sure your words are going horizontally. Now I'm going to turn it right sides together, and using my hot glue gun, I am going to glue around the edges. Now, in hindsight, I meant to use my fabric glue and had a brain fart and use my hot glue instead. And the hot glue gun just doesn't stick as well unless you have a fabric glue stick in there. So I highly recommend that you use actual fabric glue because this did pop open when I was turning it inside out and when I was filling it, and I had to re-hot glue it. So that's my advice for you. Or also maybe put the hot glue a little further in and not so close to the edge. But either way, it did turn out. So now I'm, as you can see, I'm pulling it inside out, and I'm going to use some filling that I have in my stash, and I'm going to fill it here, and then I have to close it up here with my hot glue. And all you do is you turn each side, you fold each side down, and it kind of gives you that seam, and then you pinch it. Now it'll be helpful if you kind of pin it together first. I don't know why I was making this so hard because making pillows is super easy, but I guess my brain was not functioning properly when I was making this. So do as I say and not as I do. So once you get your pillow all put together here, now see, I got smart and got my fabric glue out. So I was like, dang it, why didn't I use that first? And I'm going to glue that down to the front here. And I'm going to make it off to the side there because now I'm going to use this yarn from Dollar Tree. It's so pretty. It's like chenille. And then using a white pen, I'm going to write out the word joy, and I'm doing it very lightly so that way when I trace over it, you are not going to see my writing at all. And then using my fabric glue, I will go ahead and trace it again with the glue and put the yarn over the word. And now I have a cute little decorative pillow. Which of today's projects were your favorite? Go ahead and leave me a comment down below, and I would love to hear if you plan on recreating one of these. I wanted to share some cute gingerbread items. I found this light up house, and this little cookie cutter is from Target for $1, but everything else was Dollar Tree. And I thought just setting it on your tier tray would be really cute. I don't normally care for these tinsel things at Dollar Tree, but this one is super cute. I actually like this one. And then this set here, it is window clings on one side and puffy stickers on the other, which I think is a really good deal. So I am going to make a couple signs here out of these, as well as some scrapbook paper. I'm just going to show you how you can make over something and make super quick and easy signs. So again, using some of the scrapbook paper. This little house here, I got like 7 of them in my Michael's grab bags, and as you know, Dollar Tree has so many different kinds of little house shapes, so you can grab one of those. So I just traced it out, cut this paper from that paper pack. It's cute little candy canes and the little, what do you call the, I guess mints is what you call the circle ones? Peppermints. Peppermints, duh. They're called peppermints. I was like, what are they called? And so I play around with the gingerbread sticker there. Do I want it down at the bottom, up in the middle? I decided that I'm going to add a bow, so I put it a little higher. And as you can see there, I am just sanding off the excess paper around in case, you know, some of it had a little overlay. But these are really nice stickers. Look how big. I can't believe you get 2 sheets like that for $1.25. What a good deal. And then just some of this ribbon that I got from Michael's, and I didn't cover the back because I could just pop that ribbon off and flip it around and have everyday decor on the back, so I kept it that way. Anyhow, I'm just doing one quick little bow here and adding it to what I ran that other ribbon around, and look how fast and easy that little sign is. Love, love those big puffy stickers. Thought those were so cute. Okay, so now for this one, I have this cute little sandwich board sign from the 99-cent store, and then I cut out one of the window clings. I like to cut around them so they stay really thick. Now I could have covered that sandwich board, the white part, with like a piece of paper, But with that design in the back, it actually looked really cute. It kind of had this scrolly where this image sitting on top of it looked really cool. So, I mean, talk about a fast DIY. But this image was too cute. A little gingerbread man in hot cocoa. Look at that, it's so cute. Hardly a DIY, it was so easy to make. Here's another little white square I had in my stash. One side was kind of distressed, the other side was just plain. So I just cut out a square piece of scrapbook paper, and I'll go ahead and adhere that down. And then I had this gingerbread ornament that I got at Michael's last year. It's $1.99. I know I got it 50% off. So for $1, this cute distressed white gingerbread. So I'm going to add him down onto here, and I gotta give him a couple little eyes. And then this candy cane ornament, also from Dollar Tree, it came with the gingerbread ornament that I used in a previous sign. So just draw 2 eyes, a little smile, and glue everything down, and another quick and easy sign.
Or is it just your eyes that have lit something in me? I see you coming closer from across the room. My heart is pounding really fast. I don't know what to.
When Dollar Tree came out with these signs with the little beads, I think I bought like 8 of them to make over. This is the first time I'm making them over, but they're such cute signs to make over, and I know they do still carry them. So again, just cut down a little square piece and put it down inside the sign. The little beads at the top just make it so, so extra cute. And then once again, just using one of these Dollar Tree ornaments, and I'm going to do one of the tumbling tower blocks onto the back of it just so it raises the ornament up a little bit, gives it some dimension. This one turned out so cute, but again, can you see how easy it is just to make some of these simple signs, but they're so adorable, especially if you are doing like a gingerbread themed like tier tray, or yeah, any kind of setup like that. Super quick and easy. Okay, I am going to make a big bow here because it is going to go on a swag. So what I do is I decide where I want my pegs on my ribbon maker. So this ribbon here is from Hobby Lobby. It's also that birch wood looking ribbon. You can get this one year round, and I always get my ribbon at least half off. So here I decide, nope, I want it to be a little bigger. So this is the easiest way to make a bow for me, and that is you just wrap it around however many loops you want. So in this case, I want a 3 looper. And then you see there, that is going to be my tails. I wish I had made them a little bit longer, but that's okay. Then I'm going to take a pipe cleaner there, and I'm just going to cinch that middle up and use my pipe cleaner to get it all adhered together. So then once I get that pipe cleaner on, I will go ahead and I will just pull out the loops there and fluff it up, and it's super easy peasy. This bow maker is off Amazon. It's only $10, so it's nice to have in your stash. There's other types of bows you can make. This is just the one I make and find the easiest. Okay, so now I'm going to go to the next section. I move the pegs forward so that way this bow is going to be a little bit smaller. So I'll go ahead and I will wrap this around the same way. So again, there's my tail, and then I'm going to wrap it around so it has 3 loops, and I will repeat the process on all of these bows. They're going to all look the same, but they're going to be big, medium, and small. Once I get them all together, I will take another pipe cleaner and put all the bows together. I'd like to invite you over to Instagram. My name over there is $__mom. I share DIYs like this, but I also share tips, other budget friendly home decor, as well as my personal life. So if you would like to join me over there, I would sure enjoy you. Okay, then I'm going to grab one of these snowflake ornaments from Dollar Tree and I'm going to add it to the center here. It doesn't need to be there, but I ended up really liking it. And then what we're going to do is just add this to 2 stems. Again, I got them from Michael's in my grab bag. I know, aren't these amazing stems that I have gotten from Michael's last year? I'll tell you a little story here while I figure this out. I just pull the stems, by the way, until I get where it's going to be perfect for that bow. And then I'll use some zip ties to zip tie those together. But anyhow, so I went in first thing, getting my grab bag, and I was looking for the florals. And I was like, because that's what I always want to get. And I look over and the lady is filling the bags for the florals. And I was like, oh, okay. So I kind of went over there and I was like, oh, are these going to be for the grab bags? And she's like, yeah, I'm just now getting to it. And I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna wait for you. And she goes, here. And she just gave me a bag, an empty bag, and said, go ahead, fill it up. So I walked through this section and I filled it up with all the ones I wanted. So I didn't get any duds or anything. And I got hundreds of dollars of stems for $5. Now the grab bags are going up to $10 this year. Big bummer, but still definitely worth it. I picked up these 3D trees from Dollar General for $1 and I painted them with the light mocha. And then using my white gel pen, I just drew designs onto each of the trees. You have to do both sides to make it look like icing. So these are looking like gingerbread cookie trees. Super easy to paint and make. Look how fast that DIY was. I know, I didn't make you watch me draw. But if you don't have access to getting these trees, all you do is trace a tree onto cardboard and you cut them out and you just make a slit on the bottom of one and on the top of the other tree that's the same size and slide them together. And then you have these cute gingerbread cookie trees that are going to look great again on the tier tray or in the background of your display. As I was editing this video, I was like, oh no, I totally forgot to make a DIY. I had gone into Canva and designed this gingerbread cookie recipe, and it was gonna go on one of the Dollar Tree boards, you know, the cutting boards that they have, the signs. And it was going to be a super easy peasy DIY, but I totally forgot to do it, and I put so much effort in making that gingerbread printable. But good news for you, you can get that gingerbread printable by DMing me over on Instagram, where my name is $__mom, and I will give you that free printable. I wanted to see if I could recreate this watercolor painting I saw on Pinterest. So I drew it out on a piece of watercolor paper and now I'm going to attempt to paint it. This is only my second time watercoloring. I have always wanted to do more of it and I've just never taken the time to do it. But after I did that one pumpkin on one of my Halloween videos, I have, you know, I think that was a Lisa's of YouTube collaboration that I did that on. It was. How funny. So apparently the Lisa's of YouTube videos are the ones where I like to watercolor. I don't know. I sped this up because it took me about 30 minutes to paint this, which I think isn't bad at all. And again, I don't really know what I'm doing. I've seen a little bit of stuff on like TikTok, but I start, as you can see, really light. Although this part that I'm painting first is like kind of white, like their robes are kind of like a whitish ivory color, which is kind of hard to paint with watercolors. But the thing about watercolor is if you're intimidated, you can always start light and then add more until it gets darker. And again, I'm using these paint pens. I got these actually from Shein. Most people know Shein for clothing, which is also, I get clothing from there. But they also have like a ton of other things. And I saw these pens on there. Now the point of these pens actually is you put water in them and then you don't have to constantly dip your pen. But I was scared to do that because I'm so new at watercolors and I was like, I'll probably get too much water on it this way. So next time I will experiment by putting water in there. But again, right now I just really wanted the control because I don't really know what I'm doing. But I got a 6-pack of these off of Shein and they have different tips. Then when I was in Dollar Tree, I saw that they carry these pens too. So I'm calling it a pen. It's really a brush. I don't know why I'm calling it a pen. It's a brush that you can put water in the base part and have water in your brush. Again, I don't know that I'm really giving you a tutorial on this. I'm kind of just letting you watch me paint. So if you don't want to watch me paint for the next 8 minutes, which I do not blame you for, you can just fast forward and see the end product. I'm really proud of it. Like I said, it's my second time watercoloring. Don't be afraid to try something. It's not going to hurt anything. I just bought a pad of watercolor paper and I'm just going for it. I'm going for it. I think it's probably easiest, at least for me, to copy something at first before I go on my own and try to figure out my own colors and how to do it. So copying, I think, is a good way to start. So if you want my sketch, I can give it to you on Instagram if you DM me. I mean, it's not a perfect sketch, but I'm happy to share it with you if you want. Maybe another option too is if you find something you want to do, print it off on your printer, and then use a Sharpie to get it nice and bright, and then trace it. That'll get you started. So again, I'm just going to let you listen to some pretty music and watch me paint. Again, if you don't want to watch the whole process, just fast forward. And this is the last project. So I really hope you enjoyed this nativity themed video.
Feeling alone, kinda misty, waiting now for you to come. It's cold again, but I know we'll be warm, sitting by the fire and dream. Tell me again with a whisper, little things that I wanna hear, and the stars up above are smiling when they see you holding me so near. How lucky can this old heart be? And I fall into peace and silence on a very special Christmas Eve. Tell me again with a whisper, little things that I wanna hear, and the stars up above, they are shining with love, listening to this song playing on. Listening to this song playing on. Gaze upon the sky, Christmas on my mind, somewhere from a place up high above. There's a song of love traveling afar, seeking us to warm up every heart, to be our light into the night. Bless us with a moment of serenity. Let it come to bloom, joyful Christmas news. Hope will find its way to you. Peaceful little lights, Christmas on my mind, somewhere from a place up high above. There's a special star shining from afar, seeking us to warm up every heart, to be our light into the night. Bless us with a moment of serenity. Let it come to bloom, joyful Christmas news.
I hope you enjoyed these DIYs. Don't forget to check that playlist down below for the Lisa's of YouTube collaboration. And until next time, happy crafting!